Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the tutorials on how to run Python code using your browser. For this episode, we are going to use this platform called CoCalc, and this is the page. I'll leave the link to this page in the description box, so please use that to also visit this page. CoCalc allows you to do your data science projects in groups and also as an individual, so it's a cool platform. So with CoCalc, if you want to use it, you need to first sign up to create an account, and then you can now sign in and then use it. Now, CoCalc offers two types of accounts. You have the free accounts, which gives you access to a lot of the features, and you also have the licensed accounts that gives you access to extra features. So these are the things, but basically you'll be fine with the free accounts if you are doing some basic stuff. So you can use that for the start. There's also this option of using CoCalc without having to create an account and then use it. And that is what we are going to begin our activity with. So on the page here, when you scroll down a bit, you see this button called Try CoCalc Now. So we'll use that. This allows you to run CoCalc without having to create an account. So in other words, we are saying that you are going to use an anonymous account. So that's what we use. So just click on it, and then you have this page popping up. So click on the Use CoCalc Anonymously. So if you are logged in, or if you log in successfully with the anonymous accounts, you have this page appearing. Now, CoCalc allows you to organize your activities or files into projects. So by default, once you log in with anonymous accounts, you have a project created for you, which is called Welcome to CoCalc. And then you also have a file created for you, which is welcome to CoCalc.ipynd. So this is a Jupyter notebook. But with CoCalc, because you have a lot of programming environments, before you run, you need to first create the file which has been done, and then select an appropriate kernel, which I refer to as a programming environment. So there are lots of environments here you can choose from, but our focus today is on Python. So before I even do that, let me also say that with CoCalc, if you are using the anonymous accounts, you have access to just one project. So let's look at this. So follow my cursor, and then where I am, you see there's a project tab here on the left, top left. Okay, so click on it, and then you have the list of your projects here. There is one. Okay, by default, if you are using an anonymous account, you have access to just one project, and you can't create extra ones here. So that's how it is. So let's go back to our project. You can click here, or you can still come here and then click on the name here. So we are now back. So let's create a file. The file has been created already, so we select the kernel. We are using Python. Okay, so you just come to Python system-wide and click on it. So the Jupyter notebook here is created, and the engine or the kernel is now Python. So now you can just write your Python codes. Let's zoom in a bit. So print hello world, and then run it. Just click run, and this will be run for you. Okay, so now we have it done for us. Please know that sometimes the execution may take some time, because we are obviously using a free account and all that. So, but it will run for you. Let's create another one. Let's say a equals 2. Print a. It's done. Let's say print 1 plus 2. Let's say 1 plus 2. It's also done. I mean, there are lots of things you can do. Okay, because it's a Python kernel, I mean, it's all about Python. So just go all out and then just do your stuff. That's what I'll say. So that's how we run Python. Now we are using a file here. Okay, so you can rename files, you can create files, upload, download. We'll look at some of the features here. So if you have this file, you can just rename it. So come to File here, and then go to Rename. So now you can rename it, and please take note of the file extensions. File extensions are important in CoCalc, so you need to make sure you are using the appropriate file extension. So let's say Python 1. Okay, let's maintain the extension here. So Python 1. Let's rename it here. And it's done. So now if you want to open it, you just click on it and then it's open for you. So you can now come back here, just add some extra quotes. Let's say welcome. I mean, it's a file, so you just need to edit. You can rename or just remove some quotes or add some quotes or whatever. Just edit. I mean, it's all yours, so just go for it. Okay, so this is how we rename files. You can also create new files. So come to File here, go to New, and then let's create a new one. So let's say Python 2. Again, I emphasize that extensions are important. Okay, so extensions are used to determine what kernels should be run. Let's say Python 2. So let's say Jupyter Notebook. So just click on it, and then it will be opened for you. So because we recently used Python 3 kernel, that is why we have this appear in the quick select. It's just a history. You can also scroll down and see your Python here. This is it. So click on it, Python 3 system-wide. Now start typing, let's say, my list equals maybe 0, 1, 2, 3. And then let's say print my list 1. Just run, and you have your results displayed for you. Yeah, so that's just a Python code here for you. So it's cool. It's a cool platform. Okay, so just take note of that. Notice I've also made a previous video on using Google Colab. So I mean, these are things that I'll be doing just to let you know there are online platforms to help you run Python. Okay, if you are having challenges setting up your Python in your local system. So that's how it is. So let's create another file. New. Let's say Python 3. Now there's something I want to show you. So if let's say what you want is not here, you can just come to more file types and then just scroll down. So there's more file types here. Use this arrow here and then just scroll down and see what you have. So if you are using the source code, you can use the .py here. So you click on it and then you now have access to this. This is like a source code. Okay, so let's say print hello world. This is a source code that allows you to do some batch scripting as well. So that's it. If let's say you want to use the interactive session, you can just click on shell. Okay, let me just minimize it here. You can click on shell. Yeah, you can click on shell here and then just open. And then to open an interactive Python shell for you here. Okay, so this is a source code. And then yeah, you have Python print Python, just run it, and you have your stuffs done. I mean, so this is a source code, this is a shell. So you can just be getting your source code and then just using it here as well. Just test your codes. I mean, just explore these things. You are able to learn better if you spend time to explore and then get some stuffs going. So I'm just introducing you to this platform. So it's up to you to now come and then just explore. So here you can just download, delete, duplicate. There are lots of things you can do with this platform. Okay, so just try and just get your stuff going. So, just try. That's all that I'll say for now. So let's proceed. So what we've been doing so far is to just use the anonymous account to create files. Okay. Now, there are situations where you might have accidentally closed this tab. Okay. So if you close this tab, CoCalc still saves your session and you can have access to some of these stuffs again. Okay. But in the meantime, you can close this shell. And then these files here, you can also close them. You see, you have files you've created in different tabs. You can just close them for now. And then let's close this. Like this. If you close all of them, then you have the list here for you. That's how it is. Now back to what I was saying. So if let's say you have closed this tab, okay, CoCalc still saves your session for you so far as the browser is still opened. Okay, so let's close this tab. There's something I want to show you here. Okay, so if you have closed this tab, I'll still have access to this. If I go to that page again, I'll still have access to my environment. So I'll still be signing as an anonymous user. That is what I want to show you. Okay, so just come here, view CoCalc projects here, and then click on it. And then once you do that, you have access to your files. Okay, so notice we have our projects here. So just click on it, and then you have your files here for you. So you can now open the files. You can even delete. So by checking it, you can just download, move, copy, or you can even upload your files here as well. These are things you can do. So you can also come to new, and then now create your files and all that. Let's say Python 4. Okay, and then just Jupyter. Or if you are not sure, you can just use the appropriate extension and to also create it for you. So let's create this extension here, Python 4 IPyNB. Because IPyNB is Jupyter Notebook, you have this appearing again, and you can now select the programming environment. So let's say Python 3 system-wide. So there we go. Okay, because it's the only file open, that is why it's here for us to see. So now you can just start typing your Python commands. Now, what we've been doing so far is to use the anonymous user accounts. And so one disadvantage of using this is that once you close your browser, you will not be able to save your work. That's what I'll say. So all the work will be lost if you close your browser. That's one disadvantage of using the anonymous accounts. So if you want your work to be saved, then it's advisable to create an account that has been verified, and then you can now use it. That's what I'll say. So let's look at another scenario here. So let me close this. Yeah, so there's an account I've created for myself, and so with this, I still have access to my CoCalc project here. So let's click on it. And then here I can create new projects. With the anonymous accounts, you only have access to one project. You can't create more, but here you can create more. Let's create one here. Let's say Python projects. You create, and then after creating, you can now start the project here. So you go to start, and then you start the project. Notice this text here with a red background. It's telling you that you are using a free account, and so you don't have access to all the features. So in terms of speed, yours might be slower. You will not be able to install packages. You will not be able to clone from GitHub or download datasets. So these are things that if you want, you have to consider doing some monthly subscriptions or payments. Okay, so I've started my project, so I can now create files here using this button and this button. Let's create one. Let's say Python 1. It's a new project, so you can use a name which does not exist. So Jupyter Notebook is there. Or even you can even create a Linux terminal and then just run Python. But these are things just you have to just try. So Jupyter Notebook, I've created it. I can select my terminal Python environment here and then start typing. And then just run it. And then you have your results displayed for you. Okay, so we have it done. So it's a cool stuff to do. Yeah, so I mean, that's how it is. Let's look at another one. This just an experiment I want to do. Let's go to new. Just want to see if that will work. Let's say Python 3. I'm just trying something. Let's go to Linux terminal. Just want to see if Python will work there as well. So there's a terminal. Let's say Python. Okay, yeah, so this also works. So now you can just type your Python commands. Hello world. I mean, so this is a cool thing to do. Just type, just go all out. I mean, it's just Python, by the way. So I mean, these are things you can just do. Okay, so you can just come back, close them, and then just get to your home page. So these are things that are all there at your disposal. So I mean, it's a cool feature, and I think you should all try and then just use it. So I believe this tutorial has been useful, and then you can also give your comments. Let's have some discussions and then see how it goes. So that'll be all for this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next session. Goodbye.